We're going to look today at one of my favorite features on the D7. I have 6 vehicles, uh, most of them being driven by spouse and children, and I don't interact with them every day. So, wanting to keep abreast of all the little issues that can pop up, in older vehicles. I maintain my cars and I keep them a long time, so most of my vehicles are high mileage, very well maintained, high mileage. But keeping up with things like, power seats and, I don't know, fans, blowers, lights, switches, motors, are all the little details of the car, all the little features working well. To show you how in just 8 minutes on a vehicle you can learn from the D7 about every single system and subsystem on the vehicle. It's this whole vehicle dynamic detection. Now it's going to tell us to start the car and let it idle, which we're going to do. Now, as soon as we hit OK, D7 is going to take control of the car, and beginning with the powertrain control module test. So I'm not touching any controls on the vehicle. It's a 2015 Ford Expedition with about 130,000 miles. And that throttle action is coming from the D7. Now, the patient among you might hang around and watch this whole thing play out. Many of you will get bored before this 8 minutes is up and bail out. But, once it's finished with the powertrain control module, it's just going to work its way through every system in the car. Braking, HVAC, the radio, the seats, the mirrors, the lights, the dash lights. It's just going to run a test on everything and see how things are functioning. So it's returning the vehicle back to idle, which means it'll be moving on from the powertrain control module here shortly. And there we go. So now we're testing analog brakes. And that's a pretty quick test. And then it'll move into testing other subsystems on the car. So I couldn't possibly move the camera around fast enough for you guys to see all of the little things that are happening around us. But interior lights are flashing, and you can hear a number of different sensors, gadgets, switches, devices all over the vehicle, in front of me, behind me, beside me. So it's worked through the restraint system, it's worked through the body control module, it's worked through the instruments. It's on the HVAC and the rear HVAC now. So if you hear those fans and blowers, that again is all coming from. Oh, now we're moving our seat around. Our mirrors have just moved. Steering wheel is being operated by the D7. So you'll notice that devices move and operate ahead of the scanning and the report showing up here on screen. But this is the beauty of bidirectional control. So I just heard the trailer brake test, and we're in the transfer case, which should be the final test, I think, on this vehicle. Should be about wrapped up here. Yeah, there we are, back to the top. So all testing is complete. So powertrain, analog brake, restraints, body control, instrument panel, HVAC, rear HVAC, audio, the APEM system, climate control for the seat, seat control itself, audio processing. Not sure what the front controls interface module is. GPS, the lift gates, parking aid, power steering, rear audio, steering column, trailer brakes, transfer case, and the trailer module. So it's bumper to bumper, all of the little subsystems on a car or truck, as in this case. And again, the beauty of this to me is, 130,000 mile vehicle. If I'm not in this vehicle for weeks or months, as other family members are driving it, and I want to quickly find out, how is this? So run this little 7-8 minute test, hit my trouble code report, and now I'm going to see, the 5 things bumper to bumper that the D7 noticed. So first of all, it noticed that we have an ajar switch. Fine with that, because that's actually the result of the test. The test is what put the liftgate ajar. It operated it. The exterior memory card, I'm not concerned about that. I don't use the navigation on the vehicle, so I don't keep that memory card in. I use Google Maps to navigate, so that memory card slot is known to be empty. These B2320 codes, I've run across these in this vehicle in prior tests, and it has to do with the potentiometer in the mirrors. There's something in that potentiometer circuit that the D7 doesn't exactly like, but that hasn't showed up yet as any type of hardware issue. Those mirrors are still functioning fine at this point. So I continue to ignore that code and just keep an eye on the mirrors. And the glass position switch, I've not seen an actual functional issue with the glass. But these trouble codes just show you something that the D7 noticed that you can put your eyes on for more information or troubleshooting. And yeah, so all of that in 7 to 8 minutes on a vehicle that I don't drive every day and just want to get a full bumper to bumper look at. Again, this is one of my absolute favorite features on the D7. One of the things I take advantage of frequently. And remember, you don't got to sit in the car during those 70 minutes. You know, you can start that test and go grab your cup of coffee and come back in 10 minutes and just read the report. So very, very convenient health check on every subsystem in the car.